please.
Yes? What is it? Oh, you're locked out. Are you coming to the party? Oh, lots of nice girls. Don't you want to come inside? Come in and have some.
No, thank you very much. I must speak to Klaus Teichen. It's about school.
And so?
Could you ask him to come out here for a moment?
No, come with me.
Then I couldn't get away.
All right, I'll go tell him his friend's here.
Manfred Glass.
Manfred Glass. Oh, this is Manfred Glass. Now, isn't that interesting? Now, you just wait here a minute. He'll come right out. Very interesting.
Jane, you're so quiet tonight.
I was reading.
You're not reading at all. It's been an hour since you turned a page. What are you thinking about?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't. What is it?
You.
Hmm? Is that all?
Werner, have you had a chance to read The Third Sex?
You've read it, Krista.
And what did you think?
Naturally, I've been aware of them.
Yes, them.
I'm going to sleep. You think too much with all that reading.
Won't you wait up till he comes in?
He may not come till 3 in the morning.
And then you'll be angry, Werner.
No, when the boy's with girls, I don't complain, and then tomorrow's Sunday. Come.
I'll wait up a little. He's always hungry when he gets home.
I'm sure your brother will see that he's well fed. Good night.
Good night, Werner.
Don't make such a fuss. I'm here now, aren't I? What do you call your novel? The Rainbow.
Don't speak so loud. My mother's not feeling well.
You look at me as if I were a criminal.
There are crimes without the law being broken, like what you did to me tonight.
You speak to me in riddles. Tell me, what's the matter?
You were to read my novel, and I waited for you. I went to fetch you, and I was watching you. Some were dancing.
What do you mean? Tell me.
I mean, I saw you touch her body and her face. To think that you'd do anything like that. Can't you see how upsetting for me it was?
I shouldn't dance?
Yes, but not with this girl.
Are we here to talk about Renata, or are we going to read your novel now?
Come tomorrow to Boris's.
Tomorrow is Sunday.
Yes, please, Klaus, you must make it. I promise. You mustn't let me down again.
My father told me I can't go out.
I promised Boris you'd be along if I read my novel to you first, and now you won't come for it. I guess that's all. I'm so disappointed.
Look, I'll get there some way.
Thank you, Klaus.
And now comes the rainbow.
The rainbow. That day, for the summer storms had brought out a dozen rainbows, and each one reflected itself in the yellow puddles of clay in the valley. The darkness fell quickly, and it was as if the moon was reflecting itself.
Your keys, I suppose?
Yes, I forgot them again.
Tell me, you just getting home from the dance now?
No. Yes, naturally.
That Renata called you.
When?
It was around 12.
What did she say?
She went on and on. She said you were at the party and then left, and that's about all.
The little idiot. Did Father talk to her about this?
I did. They didn't even hear the phone. Tell me, you spent all this time up at Manfred's, huh?
You won't tell the old man about it, will you?
Mm-mm.
Thanks. You're a sweetheart. Go to sleep now.
Werner, you build up the thing so.
You think it's all right that the boy lies?
No, but you carry on all the time.
I don't want any. I've had about enough.
We've also lied in our youth to our parents.
Well, not like this, I didn't. I told my father a few lies once in a while.
Yes, but you did do it.
Oh, he's just young. All young people lie.
Well, who's getting lessons here, me or my son?
Lessons keep on as long as a man lives, Werner.
I could kick myself for telling you anything about the story at all. But my Renato was so upset when he left suddenly with this boy. Right in the middle of everything.
Why didn't you tell the boy that he must stay?
How was I to know he'd go off with this Manfred right away?
Oh.
He's got his own way to find. Any young person must go through this when he doesn't know where he...
Where he should go, right? Well, I'd be nowhere if I depended on others to show the way.
I'm sure your father had an easier time.
That you can bet on. Now, what are you trying to get at? Your son and this Manfred are so involved, I don't know what to do. I've been inquiring about this boy, Manfred Glass, and I know this. This youngster has been a homosexual, I found out.
Val.
I know you don't like words like this, but it's time someone said them. Any healthy youth would give this Manfred up. Only your son, the genius, he goes with him, spends his time with him. And whatever this underbaked pigeon says to him is gospel.
Underbaked pigeon?
Yes, it's what he looks like. Take a good look sometime.
Underbaked pigeon's good.
When I tell him that, it's all mumbles and groaning. And what do you know, Father?
Oh.
I tell you this thing is not as light as you make it out.
My aim is to stand by the boy. What do you want me to do?
Do? What is it we can do?
Think of it as an illness that he has.
Illness.
I've been reading about this, and there are cures today. Won't you listen?
I'll work it out, but not with your ridiculous psychology and your toleration for...
For what?
Christa, I don't want to hurt you, but I have to. I've locked him up.
What? You locked him up?
Yes, I'm determined to keep the boy in his place. When he said he was going out with his friend Manfred again tonight, I said that he mustn't.
I hope you know what you did tonight. Doing that just now isn't very sensible.
Now, will you please do it my way? I know that I'm right, and I expect my son to obey my commands and never to see Manfred.
He's a bit strong, I wouldn't.
I'd have started sooner if I'd have known. And now he'll explain to me just what happened last night. I want to see him.
I beg you, Werner, please don't make any more scandals now.
The poor boy.
Klaus. Klaus?
Here we are, waiting down here. He's in the room, booming. Only the booming isn't going on.
When someone sees you in this state, they wonder about your marriage.
Oh, Werner is the best man in the world.
Oh? I wonder if you're really so happy, dear.
Is he coming down already? Where are you going?
Your son is gone.
Why is he my son? He's also yours? Whenever you're angry, he's my son. I thought you locked the door.
Criminals, take to the window.
Oh, he's not a real boy, isn't he?
My son is not a criminal. I forbid it, treating Klaus this way.
Do you know where Klaus is?
Don't shout at Gerda like that.
As far as I know, he's at Manfred's tonight.
Did he say that to you when he was running away? Tell me, I want to know.
I saw him crawl out of the window, and I felt...
You saw him then?
I helped him, sure.
Helped him escape?
How could I let him fall, Mr. Teichman?
It gets better and better. You kept silent, didn't you? When was all this?
It was only an hour ago.
Why did you have to betray us like that?
Being locked in a room, sir, wouldn't be very nice.
That's revolution. I know. I'll go to Manfred's.
A moment. I'm coming with you. You're much too upset.
You'd be smarter if you go to Dr. Winkler's.
Dr. Winkler, who is he?
Oh, some man who's interested in young artists.
But I never heard of this. What kind of interest is this, young artist?
Klaus says the doctor is interested in them for art's sake. But he was afraid you would be too... Oh, what do I know?
There you are. The boy's in a circle where he meets this kind. That's how they become criminals nowadays.
You talk nonsense about things no one knows.
Oh, but I saw it in the paper last week. This 19-year-old boy murders a woman, and he murders her in order to steal. With a hammer, that's the sort of thing they do. It's awful. And that boy came from those same artistic circles.
Yes, I happened to read it.
You see?
Now you make Klaus into a murderer.
What? I do?
This is all going a bit too far. I'll come with you to see Manfred, and we'll find out what this Winkler wants. You're both hysterical.
Come over here. This is where the music comes out. You see, it's the speaker.
that?
Yes. You'll see many more surprising things after a time.
Electronic music?
Yes. Concrete music. This is Klaus. Klaus is a painter. Someday he'll be in the museums, but tonight he's going to show us some of them here.
Concrete music, Doctor? What is it?
Well, the French originated these sounds, which they call musique concrète, because they felt there's a whole new world of harmony that music brings us. Music that has a relation to our daily living rather than sheer romanticism. Now, do you understand?
Yes, sure, but...
I know. Hello, Manfred.
Wonderful, isn't it?
I can't understand, Mrs. Glass, why you won't give us Dr. Winkler's address.
I don't want to cause Dr. Winkler any trouble, gentlemen. And I feel that you...
That we might be troublemakers?
Yes.
Oh, but I've no interest in that. I must find out where my son is and what kind of a man Dr. Winkler is.
He's a good man, if that helps you. He's a fine man. He's done a lot for Manfred already. He had his sonnet printed, and now there's his novel. He pays his tuition also.
Uh-huh. But don't you find it strange what he's doing?
Oh, no. I'm a widow. I can't afford those things. I have no money. I couldn't send my son to a school like that. Mr. Teichmann, I know Dr. Winkler's a friend to Manfred. While I also know your son has been forbidden to see my son again. So you see how I feel about it.
I've nothing against your son. I must explain to you.
I'm not interested in your reasons.
It's fine if you're not interested in the company your boy keeps, but it interests me, and I really must know where my boy has been.
It's better that you go. I'm not concerned with this conversation.
All right, come on. The address of Dr. Winkler is something the police can find. He's probably notorious. Come, Max.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't mean to go to the police, does he?
Well, if you don't want to give us the address, we're forced to find it someplace else.
Only to find Klaus, you say?
Yes.
I'll give it to you. 47 Western Street.
Oh, yes. Not a bad neighborhood to be in, is it?
But you won't meet him. They won't be at the house.
No? Then where would they be?
Bars. They usually go out. I think they're open. Pigalle and the Three Fans.
And you allow Manfred to go there?
Well, you see, it's impossible to keep him away.
Yes, I understand.
Will you promise me not to make trouble for Dr. Winkler?
Trust me.
He's the only friend Manfred has who'll do any good. The only influential friend. You see, my husband was a dancer at the opera years ago. I know just what Manfred's like. It's sometimes better to face it.
I know. I know. It's life.
What did you really see there?
I don't know how you mean that.
Well, you must have seen something, even with your inner eye.
I don't know about that. It's based on Picasso with a touch of Kandinsky.
You see? Picasso, Kandinsky. But Picasso paints with Picasso's fantasy and Kandinsky with Kandinsky's. Now, when Teichmann makes up his mind to paint his own fantasies, then that will be the work of Klaus Teichmann.
Yes. You're right, Doctor. Nobody's ever explained it to me like that. I have to say I'm grateful to you.
I'm glad you feel like that. That's the sweetest thing you could ever say to me, Klaus. Thank you.